Hey TikTok, hey YouTube. No, you're not gonna knock my computer off. Yeah. What about I was uh, watching yesterday when I talked about it when Trump tried to make it look like President Obama was on his knees for him going to jail. So Joe Scarborough this morning had the audacity to tell us that we shouldn't we shouldn't be worried about that, and that once again the liberals are not knowing what we're doing because that's just a distraction on Trump's end, and that's why our approval ratings are so low. But we're winning. We just won again in where was it? In Lindsey Graham's state. You know what I mean? So we're winning. So we don't give a damn what the approval ratings are and what the polls are saying, as long as we continue to win. And so anyway, so he sits up there and he says, and so once again, the liberals don't know how to fight Donald Trump. They cannot win against Donald Trump. Who the stuffings is Donald J. Trump? Who is he? And so then Joe said, he said, so they were talking about with Reverend Al Sharpton. Of course, Joe didn't talk about it, but with Reverend Al Sharpton, and so they were talking about how Trump's people, when they went to court, you know, it was already in court under President Biden. But when they went to court for Breonna Taylor, Trump's DOJ wanted them to give the officer that unalived Breonna Taylor in her home while she was asleep, wanted him to get 1 day. And instead the judge gave him 35 months. So that I say that to say this. The mainstream media, not all, but the Joe Scarborough portions of the mainstream media for over 40 years have tried to tell black people, don't complain, don't say nothing, we'll take care of you, we'll decide for you when something is racist. His show the whole morning was about Israel being mistreated. That was the entire show, the whole morning, y'all. But yet he never says anything about blacks or Hispanics being mistreated. But Israel, you know, we must be good to Israel. Don't come over here, you're about to get a spanking. We must be good to Israel. We must not mistreat Israel. We've got to watch Harvard and those other places. Trump was so good when it came to Harvard, even though he didn't start life-saving research. He was so good because people felt like they couldn't even speak at Harvard. How do you think black people felt all of them years at Harvard when they couldn't speak? So how do you think that worked out for them all of those years when they couldn't say anything, and when the mainstream media was telling us that anytime black people tried to tell our stories that we were overreacting, because that's what they would say, that we were overreacting. And that's why I say the Democratic Party has to accept everybody that's in this party. Everybody wants something different. White women want something different. Black women want something different. Black men, white men want something different. If you're in the Democratic Party, you've got to be able to accept each other. But one thing about it, and two things for sure, black people will tell our own truth from this day forward. I've always done it. But we're going to tell our own truth. Take care of your neighbors, y'all. Each one help one. Each one teach one. Feed your neighbors when you can, okay? From an angry black woman out of Tennessee, the have-nots will defeat the haves. Welcome to the Poor People's Revolution.